Hi, this is RGK and I'm showing you Freaky Awesome, a game that is right at the intersection between Crawl and The Binding of Isaac. So Crawl, well, first you can see the graphics, the pixel art, like disgusting and dark, and yeah. It's also sort of a dungeon crawler, but the dungeons are very much The Binding of Isaac. And finally, like Crawl, you can do it in multiplayer, mostly local multiplayer, but there is an online multiplayer in beta. However, this one is co-op play. In Crawl, it's competitive. 3 players are trying to take down the 4th one to take the place of that player, and then become the human fighting the monsters, and the monsters being the other players. Here, the enemies are the environment, like the monsters in the levels. You don't fight each other, it's cooperative only. And you can see the mutations and everything. It's a bit ugly and disgusting, but that's what's cool about this game, on top of the music. So, The Binding of Isaac, you can see the structure of the levels with like rooms with locked doors, and inside you have like some explosive stuff, some monsters. You can find coins and keys. Keys can open chests, can open locked doors. There are some doors and chests that you need to use your own blood to open, just like in Isaac. But what's different is the way you control the game. This is a game that is focused on melee, just like in Crawl. So you don't shoot your tiers, and most of the mutated forms that you're gonna use are melee attacks. Some can aim a bit farther away, but mostly it's not this long distance. So these creatures here, you can see on the screen, they have a stun, like on the right click, and on the left click a small charge. You have another monster that has a dodge, another one that can lay eggs, and the worms can attract enemies, and the main attack is like an extended head, and you're gonna see it a bit later in the game. But everything also is a bit like Isaac in terms of systems, but it's very different, because in Isaac you have like a lot of random elements coming into play, while this one is not very random. Oh yeah, you can see here the form of the extended head. Player red. So what's different, for instance, with Isaac in terms of health, is that here you're not relying on luck to have health dropping. Here, every time you kill an enemy, there is some sort of green slime pool, and if you pick it up, you get some health back. So it's consistent. You know when you're gonna get health, and you can like walk around it. And I think it's good that you have lots of health in this game, because melee is a lot more dangerous than being at a distance. But the drawback to getting some health back is that it's filling your mutation bar. And when you have a bad mutation form, you want to fill it so you can move to the next form. But if you have a very good one and you don't want to change, then you have to decide, is it worth picking up health and risking to switch to another form? But here we unlocked several ones. So this is my favorite one, the one with the extended head, because it's a bit of a ranged attack. But before I unlocked the 3rd one, the one with the stun, the sort of fish thing, I had to choose always between this one and the base one that is a bit weak. So I was not very happy whenever I had filled my mutation bar and I was going back to the previous form. But now that I unlocked more forms, I don't have to go back to the first one, because whenever you start a game, you can already go from one of the unlocked mutated forms that you have, which is also a major difference with Isaac. Because in The Binding of Isaac, the things you get change how you're gonna play. Like, sometimes you're gonna have a very lucky run and you start with flying items or damage items, or you're gonna be unlucky and you have really bad items and you're gonna spend like 20-30 minutes like struggling. While in this game, straight from the beginning, you have like good equipment. You're not dependent on random numbers or luck to actually have a good run. It's just up to you. So the advantage is that you, yeah, as I said, you just go straight to the game and you start having fun from the beginning. But the drawback is that there is less depth to this game. There are still a lot of things to uncover, but it's gonna be a bit more repetitive from one run to the other. There is less variation, of course, because you only have a few forms to unlock and only a few items like dynamites and stuff like that. So it's not gonna be as wildly different as Isaac. So you can revive your dead teammates, but if both are dead at the same time, it's game over. And when you revive someone, they have low health, so it's not like a get out of jail free card. The game is difficult. But you take it differently than Isaac. So yeah, one of the reasons I stopped playing Isaac is, of course, the luck. Well, if you get really good at the game, it doesn't impact you as much, but it can still be annoying. And the second factor is, well, each time you try a run and you're doing well, which is all the time once you start being good, you're in there for 2 hours. And I prefer when the runs are shorter. And about this one here, I don't know yet, because I have not finished it. It's quite hard and I've not played it all that much yet. But so far, the problem is that it's a bit repetitive, but it's still good, it's still fun, especially if you're doing in multiplayer. But you can play it single player just as well. I think I've just noticed that it kind of increases the number of enemies every time there is a new player connected, so 1, 2, 4. Yeah, otherwise it's just the same. You can do it alone, multiplayer, and you're not gonna have a worst experience of the game if you're playing alone. Once I'll be done with the review, I'm still gonna play it, which means that I'm enjoying my time with it and I want to progress through the game. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it, but I'll try. It's difficult. I'm having lots of fun with it, and I like that, unlike Isaac, you actually getting stronger every time you play. While in Isaac, the philosophy of the game is like, the better you are at the game, the weakest character you start to choose. The forms are cool, and right from the start, you're powerful, which is a big difference with Isaac. So in terms of story, well, I actually missed the introduction, and I don't know how to replay it, but it's something like they have to find someone in that factory. It doesn't really matter. Okay, here is a boss fight. You can see that even the bosses are really cool. Okay, so I like that you can actually use the environment, like if you aim these crates, not crates, but these thingies toward an enemy, can hurt them. Okay, revive me please. Yeah, you need to stick around a certain time around someone to revive them. But here, right in front of the boss, it's a bit difficult. Yeah, okay. We're dead. So it's gonna be a good moment to show you the menus. Alright, so what do we have? We have the online here. So as it said, it's in beta. You cannot, I mean, you cannot find many players online. But bring your own friends, you know, that's how it goes in these games. Controls, everything in there, the sound, the screen, full screen or not. You can change your key bindings from controller or the keyboard. I mean, the keyboard and mouse, you aim with the mouse or with the right stick on your controller. So nothing to complain about, everything in there. There is a library. In the library you can see what each item does, which is good, because in Isaac I remember I used to go to a wiki to read the items because I couldn't remember what does what and so on. Here you can see I have unlocked 3 imitations. There are 3 or 4 more. So about halfway in the game, I would say. And then you have the skills, which is your permanent progression. Isaac, you unlock things and then you just find them in your run. Here you can permanently unlock stats boosts or little things like you know, some health regen or chains of crits or speed, all this sort of thing. So you can increase in power the more you play. So it's a different way to see the game than in Isaac. And I think if you just want to go straight into action, this one is a good pick. Yeah. So what else is there to say? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna show you right after that just little sequences from another level, so you can see the differences. It's not wildly different, but you have new enemies. Like you have these wasps that are shooting at you. You have these creepy crawlers. Oh yeah, going back to the basic form, which is not so good, but you can dodge with this one, so at least there is that. And if you break the glass containers, and then if you walk on the glass on the floor, you can hurt yourself. Oh yeah, you can aim with these, I don't know how to say in English. Yeah, you can aim with these, you shoot them toward the enemy. It's pretty cool. I like to use environment in games. Yeah, so I have to be careful not to walk on the glass. These enemies explode when they die, so there are quite a few different types of enemies. It remains to be seen if there is enough variety in the long run, because I have not seen enough levels actually, since maybe halfway in the game. And then after that I'm gonna show you a boss fight against a giant wasp shooting rockets. So yeah, pretty awesome. I recommend it if you like fun action games, gross pixels, and of course if you like to play with friends or alone, and you need to find something else than The Binding of Isaac. It's not the same, but it's like in the same vibe, and I'm glad to see something like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.